It's creamy, it's custardy, it's South African milk tart in cake form. Hi everyone, it's Tash and welcome to another Wednesday recipe video. And today we're making South African milk tart cake. Timestamps are down below and in the description if you want to skip the initial blah blah. But stick around if you want to hear a little bit about what we're making first. Milk tart is a South African dish that's usually served in a crust. Sometimes it's a pastry crust, sometimes it's a crushed digestive biscuit cheesecake based type crust. And the filling is a wonderfully milky custard that's set with flour as well as eggs, with a wonderful cinnamon flavour running through it. My first milk tart experience though wasn't actually in tart form. Around 2013-2014, I distinctly remember I went to Comic-Con in London in full costume. I cannot remember who it was, but I do remember it was an anime character. I wandered around the area, which was around Earl's Court at the time, and I found a cake shop called Brownie Box. RIP Brownie Box, it is no longer with us. As you might have guessed, the main thing about this cafe was brownies, but they had a couple of other little bits too, and in the corner was this nondescript beige looking creamy cake. I asked the owner what it was and he said, oh, that's a South African milk tart. And it was the only cake there no one had taken a slice out of, probably because it was very plain looking. All the rest were very Instagrammable. And I don't know why, but I felt sorry for this inanimate cake, so I ordered a slice. And my goodness, it was delicious. I made the right choice. It was a sponge base and then a really tall layer of the milk tart filling on top. Since this cafe is a little bit far for me to travel, I knew I had to recreate it at home. Just as well, because now the cafe is closed and this cake doesn't exist anymore. So I recreated it in 2014 and published it on my blog, and this is the recipe you're going to see today. The cake is a sponge cake and it's baked, very simple, and the filling, or rather the topping in this case, is a no-bake topping, so you cook it in a pan and then you pour it over the cake and then you set it in the fridge overnight. So with all that said, let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. First, let's preheat the oven to 180 degrees C. Next, we're going to make a simple sponge. Here I have 55 grams of unsalted butter, which I've softened at room temperature, 55 grams of caster sugar, and I'm going to whiz these up until they're light and creamy. Going to add one egg, give this a whiz too, now we're going to add 55 grams of self-raising flour, a pinch of salt, and about a teaspoonful of vanilla extract. Whoops, that was a lot. I didn't mean to put that much in. It's going to be a very vanilla-y cake. Let's whiz this up. When you whisk the flour in, you don't want to do it too much because whipping it too much will both get rid of all the lovely air you've put in and also activate the gluten. You don't want a tough cake. Now here I have a 7-inch springform pan which I've greased lightly with butter, and I'm just going to get all of this in all of there. I'm going to give it a few smacks on the counter to get rid of air bubbles. And now I'm going to bake this just for about 15 minutes. It's a small thin cake, so it won't take that long. There we are, lovely. Right, now we need to let this cool down completely, especially because we're going to need to use this tin in a bit. So let's cool it down, then we're going to take the cake out, wash the tin and continue. The cake is cool, and in the meantime I washed out that same tin and I lined the bottom with that same reusable silicone cake thing, by the way. You can use baking paper though. And what I've done is I've lined the sides with some tin foil. This is going to make it really easy to take the cake out later. And I've greased both the inside of the tin and the inside of the foil. So let's get our cake back. It's been cooling on a wire rack, which is why it has these little lines, and I'm going to put it back at the bottom. Perfect fit. Now let's make the milk part of the milk tart. Here we have 2 eggs. I'm just going to break them up a bit. Now I'm going to add 80 grams of caster sugar, 45 grams of plain flour, and a teaspoonful of vanilla. And I'm just going to mix this all together. Now let's deal with the actual milk. Here I have 600 millilitres of whole full fat milk, And I'm just going to switch the heat on and drop in a cheeky cinnamon stick. Let's just bring this to a very gentle simmer. Once it's steaming hot, I'm going to add 20 grams of unsalted butter. And I'm just going to let it melt in. This has been going for about 10 minutes now, so I'm just going to remove the cinnamon stick. I actually like to make tea with it. There's still life in the cinnamon stick. I'll just pop it in my mug for later. And we're going to take this over to our egg mixture. And we're going to pour and stir vigorously. This has tempered the eggs, they're not going to be shocked and scramble when we cook them. Now we're going to pour this back in the pan. And all we have to do is keep stirring this on a medium heat until it thickens. It's super important you keep stirring because the bottom starts to thicken first and you don't want lumps. It's been 10 minutes and you'll know it's done because not only will it be really thick and custardy like this, but it will also leave a little ribbon trail like that quite quickly sinks in. It does leave a little bit of an impression when you drizzle it over the top, like that. So now we're going to turn the heat on and we're going to pour this thick, luxurious stuff on top of our cake. I'm going to give the tin a very gentle tap. That's just going to help some of the air bubbles get out of there. And now I've got some ground cinnamon, I'm just going to sprinkle some over. I don't know why, the camera is so unforgiving. It doesn't actually look that patchy off camera. It's just that all the little highlights are being well highlighted. But now the hard part, we have to wait for this to cool down completely and pop it in the fridge overnight. It's the next day, so let's unmold the cake. You know what, before I take the collar off, I'm going to slide it onto a plate. Get my little angled spatula. And let's take off the collar. Beautiful. That is gorgeous. Unfortunately, I put the cakes down on the table a little bit too roughly, which is why they've spludged a bit. As you can see, a little bit of overflow of the edge. And this is a very soft cake, so it is a bit structurally shaky. But other than that, this is looking good. Let's take a scoopful out of it. Cheers! So good, the sponge is super fluffy and light, the topping is creamy and smooth. So there you go, South African milk tart cake. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com, follow me on Instagram on tashcakes.tastes, and find me on TikTok too, I'm tashcakes there too, but my handle is food in slow motion. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more, give this video a like if you'd like it to help other people find it, comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you all next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week. This is a very nice spring summer cake too because it's very cooling.